So in the last class, I was discussing to you about the sub-aerial modification of STEM, and I've drawn the diagrams with example, but I'm not given the notes, isn't it? Okay. So you just please take down the notes. Okay. You please take down the notes of sub-aerial modification of STEM. Sir, your voice is very low.
So, so can you hear my voice now? Okay. So if my voice, if you're not able to hear my voice, please do inform like immediately. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Yes. So in the last class, it's cracking. The voice is cracking. Okay. Okay. Sub-aerial modification of STEM, so that you can please take down the notes now. Sub-aerial modification of STEM. In some plants, in some plants, stems, they grow on the ground. They grow on the ground. Such type of modifications are called sub-aerial modification. Repeat from start, sir. Repeat from start. See, I'll tell you what is sub-aerial modification. In some plants, the stem, in some plants, the stem grow on the ground. Okay, on the ground. Such type of stem modifications, such type of stem modifications are called sub-aerial modification. Sub-aerial, sub-aerial modification. AERIAL, sub-aerial modification. Okay. ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಮೊದಲನೇ modification runner, RUNNER, runner. Okay. lateral branch, lateral, L-A-T-E-R-A-L, lateral branch arising, lateral branch arising, okay, okay, arising from the lower nodes of the stem, from the lower nodes of the stem. Okay. Next point, these branches are elongated. These branches are elongated, E-L-O-N-G-A-T-E-D, elongated. Okay. Running on the ground, running on the ground, R-U-N-N-I-N-G, running on the ground. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಬ್ರಾಕೆಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ you write it as prostrate. So what do you mean by prostrate? When the stem runs on the ground, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು prostrate ಅಂತ ಅಂತೀವಿ. Okay. Next point, the lateral branches, these lateral branches has long internodes, internodes. Okay, INTERNODS. Okay. From the lower side, from the lower side, the nodes give rise to adventitious roots. The nodes give rise to adventitious roots, ADVENTITIOUS, adventitious root. Okay, from the upper side, the nodes give rise to aerial shoots. Aerial shoot, AERIAL, aerial shoot. Aerial shoot andre ಏನು? The stem which grows above the ground, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು aerial shoot ಅಂತ ಅಂತೀವಿ. Okay, I think I have already given you the example, grass ಮತ್ತೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು oxalis. ಎರಡು ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ಸ್ ಇದು ಬರ್ತದೆ, ಗ್ರಾಸ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಆಸ್ oxalis, OXALIS, oxalis. Yes. Next modification is called sucker, SUCKER, sucker. Okay. 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 It is an underground runner. Okay. It is an underground runner. Okay. It is an underground runner. Next point, lateral branches arise. Lateral branches arise from the lower nodes. From the lower nodes of the main stem. From the main stem. From the main stem. Next point to what you should ಏನು ಬರಿಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ initially, okay, INITIALLY, initially the lateral branch grows below the soil. The lateral branch grows below the soil. Okay, after some time, the branch grows obliquely. The branch grows obliquely, obliquely. Okay, and give rise to aerial shoots. Okay, so the example for obliquely andre, see, this is the main stem. Okay, from the lower nodes, the lateral branches, it grows towards the soil for some time. So after some time it grows obliquely. So ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು obliquely ಅಂತ ಅಂತೀವಿ. Okay, this is called as what it is called as vertically. Okay, so ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು obliquely ಅಂತ ಅಂತೀವಿ. So it grows obliquely, and when they reach the soil, they will grow into a new individual. Ruchita, have you understood what you mean by obliquely? Okay, interesting. Next type of modification is stolon. STOLON, stolon. Okay, lateral branch is slender. Lateral branch is slender. SLENDER. Slender andre enu? It is very weak and slim. Slim agi, weak agi irodakke ನಾವು slender anta antivi. Okay, lateral branch is slender, arising from the lower node of main stem. Okay, next point, for some time it grows aerially, subaerially. For some time it grows subaerially, subaerially, subaerially. Later, later it makes an arch. It makes an arch. ARCH. It makes an arch. Okay, Andre, if you look at this stolon stem modification, this is the main stem. From the lower nodes, the stem, it grows subaerially. Subaerially andre enu? It grows above the soil. Later, it makes an arc. It makes an arc. So idakke we call it as it is. So that idakke we call it as an we will call it as an arc. Okay. So for some time it grows subaerially, and later it will give rise to an arc. Okay. So idu kuda runner idange, but runner dalli the stem will always be growing subaerially. Andre above the soil it will always be growing subaerially. But in the case of stolon, it will be creating such type of an arc, such type of an arc. Okay, so that type of subaerial stem modification ge ನಾವು stolon ಅಂತ ಅಂತೀವಿ. And the example for this stolon is strawberry, and one more example is it is mint. Mint. Okay, mint is also another example for this stolon. Okay, next type of subaerial modification, we call it as offset. OFFSET, offset. Okay. Okay, so offset ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಬರೀರಿ. The lateral branches are the lateral branches are shorter, and thicker. Shorter, 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 and THICKER, thicker. Consisting of only one internode. Consisting of only one internode. One internode. Okay. Next point, the nodes give rise to cluster of leaves. The nodes give rise to cluster of leaves. Cluster of leaves. Okay, cluster of leaves. This next point, this type of modification is this type of modification is seen in aquatic plants. In aquatic plants. And what's the example for that? It is called as icornia. So it is called as EICCHORNIA, icornia antantare. Okay, I gave you an example for the sucker is what? It is chrysanthemum. Chrysanthemum is the example for sucker. Okay, CH. Okay, chrysanthemum, CHRYSANTHEMUM. This chrysanthemum is the example for sucker. Matte this offset example, it is called as icornia anta antare. Okay. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ಏನು ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ರನ್ನರು, ಸಕ್ಕರು, ಸ್ಟೊಲಾನ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಆಫ್ಸೆಟ್, ದೇ ಆರ್ ಆಲ್ lateral branches which are arising from the main stem. And runner, sucker ಮತ್ತೆ ಸ್ಟೊಲಾನ್ ದಲ್ಲಿ there are multiple nodes and internodes. Nodes and internodes are more in the case of runner, sucker and stolon. But in the case of offset, there is only one internode. ಒಂದೇ internode ಮಾತ್ರ ಇರುತ್ತದೆ. ಅದು ನೀವು ನೆನಪಿಟ್ಕೋಬೇಕು. Okay. Okay. Now let's go with the aerial modification of stem. Last baga. Okay. Let me draw this diagrams. Okay. Aerial modification of stem. Okay. So is there any doubts in the subaerial modification of stem? Idya nimge? So please, can you give example for sucker? Sucker the example chrysanthemum. Chrysanthemum is the example for sucker modification. Chrysanthemum spelling CHRYSANTHEMUS. Absolutely right. Chrysanthemum is the example for this sucker modification. Okay, now let's go to this aerial modification of stem. I'll just complete this drawings. So you just please take this diagram of the four types of aerial modification of the stem. Hello student, please take this screenshot of it. Now the class is completing 30 minutes. In another 1 minute I will be closing the meeting and I will be reopening it. Okay, so now you can take the screenshot of it. Okay, so have you taken the screenshot? Okay, yes. Okay, so I'll be closing it and I will be reopening it again. Okay, okay, okay. What do you mean by this aerial modification of stem? These are the modification which are the stem found above the soil ಅಥವಾ above the ground. Such type of stem modifications ಗೆ ನಾವು ಏರಿಯಲ್ ಸ್ಟೆಮ್ ಮಾಡಿಫಿಕೇಶನ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಅಂತೀವಿ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ the stem modifications which are found that is above the soil, they are called as aerial modifications. So in this aerial modifications there are four types. I'll tell you there are four types of aerial modification. Next, this is called as phyloclad, and another one is cladode, and another one is thorns, and another one is the tendrils. What do you mean by this phyloclad? So in this type of modification, the stem is flat, green, and fleshy. The stem is flat, green, and it is fleshy. The nodes, they give rise to the leaves, but these are actually the modified leaves, which we call it as thorns. Okay, so here the leaves are modified into this thorns, and the stem is modified into flattened, fleshy, green structure which undergoes photosynthesis. ನಾರ್ಮಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಒಂದು ಒಂದು ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಫೋಟೋಸಿಂಥಸಿಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಆಗ್ತದೆ? It happens in the leaves, but in this case the photosynthesis, it happens in the stem. Yes, it happens in the stem, and this is the reason the stem is flattened, it is green and fleshy, and the leaves are modified into these thorns. These type of plants, example is the opuntia, or it is also called as cactus. So these plants, they grow in desert condition where the climate is hot and it needs to prevent the loss of water. Normally leaves ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರೊಸೆಸ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತದೆ, ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಪಿರೇಷನ್, where there is loss of water from the leaf surface. ಅದು ನಾರ್ಮಲ್ ಎನ್ವೈರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ದಲ್ಲಿ. ಬಟ್ ಇನ್ ಕೇಸ್ ಆಫ್ desert condition where the climate is very hot, leaves ಇದ್ರೆ ಏನಾಗ್ತಿತ್ತು, ಆ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುವ ಎಲ್ಲಾ ವಾಟರು ಅದು ಎಲ್ಲವೂ ಎವಾಪರೇಟ್ ಆಗಿ and that plant will obviously die. So to prevent it, the stem is modified into green flattened structure through which photosynthesis happens and there is no loss of water. Why there is no loss of water? Because it is not having the leaves. Leaves are modified into thorns. And this water and nutrients is stored in this stem. Hence the stem is fleshy in nature. Why it is fleshy in nature? Because it holds water and nutrients. ಈ ಕಾರಣದಿಂದ the stem is green, flattened and fleshy in nature. And such type of aerial stem modifications where is called as phylloclade antantivi. Okay. Now next is cladode. And e cladode and this phylloclade are almost the same. But what is the difference is, in case of phylloclade, there are many nodes and internodes. But in the case of cladode, there is only one internode. So idralli kuda the stem is green, flattened and fleshy. But in this stem, it is having many nodes and internodes. But in this type of stem, it is having only one internode. So these stem are also green, flattened and fleshy. And idralli kuda there is photosynthesis ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತದೆ. But the difference between this cladode and phylloclade, it is the presence of a single internode. And these modified branches, these modified stem, they arise from the axils of the scaly leaves. Scaly leaves andre enu? These are non green small leaves. Adakke ನಾವು scaly leaves anta antivi. So from the axis of the scaly leaf, from the axils anta ನಾವು ಅನ್ಬೇಕು. From the axils of the scaly leaves, it gives rise to this modified stems. And these modified stem, will be having only one internode. Same, it is almost the same, but the only difference and the main difference is, in case of this phylloclad, there are many nodes and internodes, and each node will give rise to this thorns. But in this type of modification, there is only a single internode. Okay, and these modified stem, they are arising from the axils of the scaly leaves. Okay, so ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು cladode ಅಂತ ಅಂತೀವಿ, and the example for this cladode, it is asparagus. ASPARAGUS, asparagus ಅಂತ ಅಂತೀವಿ. Okay, next type of aerial stem modification is from the axil of the leaves. So this is a normal leaf. From the axil of the leaves, it give rise to some very sharp and pointed structures, which is called as stem thorns. You can also consider into modifications of bud, and you can also consider also the aerial modification of the stem. Okay na? So ಈ ಎರಡು modification, they can be considered as modifications of bud, and also it can be considered as aerial modifications of stem. Okay, so illi from the axil of the leaves, there is pointed and very hard structures arise. Actually, these are modified stems. ಈ modified stems ಗೆ ನಾವು thorns ಅಂತ ಅಂತೀವಿ. And the example for this is duranta. Okay, so duranta is an example for this. So ಅದೇ ತರ, same like this thorns, if you look at this rose, if you look at this rose stem, you will see such type of structures. ಹೌದಲ್ವಾ? Such type of structures. Yes, so can you see this thing? Such type of structures in case of rose. So these are called as prickles antantar. These are called as prickles, but these are modified for climbing. These are modified for climbing purposes. Okay, okay, but in this case, it is meant to protect the plant from the grazing animals. Next type of modification is the stem. It arises from the axil of the leaves, and these stems are modified into coiled slender structures. Coiled slender structures, which will help the plant to climb. Okay, so it is called as tendrils anta antare. So it is called as tendrils. Okay, so is it clear about the aerial modifications of stem? Hello students, am I clear about the, yes. So now you can take down this aerial modification of stem. ಮೊದಲನೇದು ಫ್ಲೋಕ್ಲಾಡ್, ಓಕೆ, PHYLLOCLADE, ಫ್ಲೋಕ್ಲಾಡ್, ಓಕೆ. Stem is green, 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 fleshy, FLESHY, fleshy. It is, okay, green, fleshy, ಮತ್ತು ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಟರ್ಮು ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಫ್ಲಾಟನ್ಡ್, ಓಕೆ, FLATTENED, flattened, okay. Next point, modified stem performs photosynthesis. Modified stem performs photosynthesis, okay. Leaves modified into spines, leaves modified into spines, 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 which arise from the nodes, which arise from the nodes, which arise from the nodes, okay. Okay, so here is the example, and the example for phylloclade, it is this opuntia. Next is the cladode, 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 okay. So other ಕೆಳಗಡೆ ಬರೀರಿ, stem is green, thick, fleshy. Stem is green, thick, fleshy, performs photosynthesis, Next point, stem consists of only one internode. Stem consists of only one internode, okay. You put one this comma. These modified stem arise, from the axils, AXILS, from the axils of scaly leaves, from the axils, AXILS, from the axils of scaly leaves, SCALY, scaly leaves. Next, stem thorns, 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 okay. So ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಇದು ಬರೀರಿ, from the axils of leaves, modified stem arises, modified stem arises. This stem is short. This stem is short. Okay, it is HARD. So it is this hard, and it is POINTED, pointed. Okay. An example for the stem thorns is Duranta, and you can take some more examples also. Citrus. Okay, CITRUS. Citrus is an example for stem thorns. Next is stem tendril. TENDRIL, stem tendril. Okay. From the axil of leaves, modified stem arises. Modified stem arises. This stem is slender, sensitive, 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 and another word is COILED. It is coiled. Okay, slender, sensitive, and coiled. Yake these stem tendrils are sensitive andre, if they found any substratum like the walls and the trees, so immediately they will coil around them. So ee karanadinda I told them as sensitive. Okay, yake these stem tendrils are sensitive andre, when they find an substratum andre, like the walls, trees, they will coil around it. Okay, next point, last point Barri. This stem helps the plant to climb. This stem helps the plant to climb. Okay, so we have now completed the underground modification of stem, subaerial modifications of stem, aerial modifications of stem. Okay, in the next class we will start with the leaves. What is leaf? What are the different this types of leaf? And what are the modifications of leaves? So all these things we will see in the upcoming class. So that, is it clear whatever I have taught to you? Hello students, artha aitane? Okay. Okay, so in that case I will see you in the next class. Okay, so have a nice day. See you then. Bye. So for exam I will tell you evening, I will message you, WhatsApp you in the group. Okay, exact portion is what we will tell you. Okay, so don't worry. Okay. Okay. Okay students, see you. Bye. Have a nice day. Right. Bye. Bye.